It's time to hear the truth about America's biggest challenges. You're listening to America Off the Rails with your host, Rick Robinson.
Listen, folks, I'm here to tell you our political system is broken. The two-party system is dead. They have become one and the same.
Keep on doing what you do, Rick. You're my favorite host. Favorite host.
This is always the killer, the one that just destroys that never Trump argument. Hillary Clinton will fill the Supreme Court with liberals. She'll also appoint federal judges with a liberal bent to them.
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Don't let anybody tell you that it's corporations and businesses that create jobs.
Arrogant, sanctimonious, self-righteous, sabotaging Trump.
Everybody's got to be covered. This is an un-Republican thing for me to say, because a lot of times they say, no, the lower 25%, they can't afford. I am going to take care of everybody. I don't care if it costs me votes or not. Everybody's going to be taken care of, much better than they're taken care of now. The government's going to pay for it, but we're going to save so much money on the other side. ISIS is honoring President Obama. He is the founder of ISIS. He's the founder of ISIS. Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Maybe that's what I said.
What realized is that the Bill Kristols of the world, the never Trump people, they were just never serious. They never had any kind of ground game. They never had an actual candidate they could pick.
And in a surprising and disturbing move today, the Libertarian vice presidential candidate just agreed that rifles are weapons of mass destruction and people on the terror watch list should not be allowed to purchase guns. So in other words, the party of freedom is liberty for me but not for thee. Go figure.
Compromise where you can. Where you can't, don't. Even if everyone is telling you that something wrong is something right. Even if the whole world is telling you to move. It is your duty to plant yourself like a tree.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing into full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of the short story through to the line edits of the full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that make may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of the short story through to the line edits of the full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
It's time to hear the truth about America's biggest challenges. You're listening to America Off the Rails with your host, Rick Robinson.
Listen, folks, I'm here to tell you our political system is broken, the two-party system is dead, they have become one and the same.
Keep on doing what you do, Rick. You're my favorite host. Favorite host.
This is always the killer, the one that just destroys that never Trump argument. Hillary Clinton will fill the Supreme Court with liberals. She'll also appoint federal judges with a liberal bent to them.
I don't feel no ways tired. I come too far from where I started from. Don't let anybody tell you that it's corporations and businesses that create jobs.
Arrogant, sanctimonious, self-righteous, sabotaging Trump.
Everybody's got to be covered. This is an un-Republican thing for me to say, because a lot of times they say, no, the lower 25% they can't afford. I am going to take care of everybody. I don't care if it costs me votes or not. Everybody's going to be taken care of, much better than they're taken care of now. The government's going to pay for it, but we're going to save so much money on the other side. ISIS is honoring President Obama. He is the founder of ISIS. He's the founder of ISIS. Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said. I don't remember. He's going like, I don't remember. Maybe that's what I said.
What realized is that the Bill Kristols of the world, the never Trump people, they were just never serious. They never had any kind of ground game. They never had an actual candidate they could pick.
And in a surprising and disturbing move today, the Libertarian vice presidential candidate just agreed that rifles are weapons of mass destruction, and people on the terror watch list should not be allowed to purchase guns. So in other words, the party of freedom is liberty for me, but not for thee.
Compromise where you can. Where you can't, don't. Even if everyone is telling you that something wrong is something right. Even if the whole world is telling you to move. It is your duty to plant yourself like a tree.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. If you're listening on Spreaker, you're getting a bit of a sneak preview if you're not. Happy Tuesday. Now, I have been diagnosed with an illness, strep throat, that is making it really difficult for me to talk. So I have a couple of guests that are going to be doing the majority of the talking tonight. Some of you right now are cheering. Knock it off. It's not that funny. But anyway, so I have, you may recognize the folks that are with me today. We have Bill O'Keefe, a.k.a. Defend Wall Street, and also Dan Wright, fellow co-host with me from Robinson and Wright every Friday night. You may know him on Twitter as 911_fan, I think. I always get his Twitter handle wrong. I don't know why everybody else's underscores always confuse me. Mine's easy. Everybody else's, I'm like, where's that damn underscore go again? But anyway, so I hope everybody's having a really great Tuesday. For those of you listening early, don't be confused. This will be airing tomorrow. And I'm going to go ahead and start turning things over to those gentlemen because my throat is already starting to hurt. So how are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. A little tired. 3 hours of sleep after the round table last night.
Yeah, I kind of felt your pain there, too. Speaking of the round table, you know,
like I was saying before we started to air, one of the people that I follow on Twitter was posting some really funny pictures of Tim Kaine, and it finally dawned on me where I've seen him from before, and he looks just like Jackie Mason in the Police Academy, Captain Mauser.
You know, I really am going to turn things over to you guys in a second, but I have to say something that's been bugging me all day. Because you remember, during like the other big election campaign cycles where, Sean Hannity and Rush Limbaugh and everybody were talking about how all the mainstream media were using the same talking points, and they'd play all these clips, and they were all using the same language and all saying the same words, and everybody's like, well, where's the liberal media getting their marching orders? You know who I heard that from today? It wasn't the liberal media. You know what I heard pretty much every time I turned on talk radio, or any time I flipped to anybody making any type of commentary about the debate last night? Locker room talk. I heard that about 1 million times today. If I hear one more person say locker room talk, I think I'm going to go post.
Yeah, locker room talk. That's, here's the thing about Donald Trump, right? Told you so. Come on. Look, this is the most insane juvenile, ridiculous argument in the world. You know, what Anderson Cooper nailed it right on the head last night. When he said, look, you know, what you're describing is sexual assault. You know that, right? And he's like, you know, he didn't really have anything to say, and thank Jesus Christ he didn't say anything, because had he said something, had he tried to excuse it, had he come up with something, oh no, it just would have been a total bloodbath. So I have to say I was pretty glad he didn't open his mouth, because had he opened his mouth,
Jeff Sessions did it for him today.
Oh,
yeah. Grabbing a woman's, according to Jeff Sessions, grabbing a woman's genitals is not sexual assault. So, everybody's clear now to just walk around and grab women's genitals. It's fine. Everything's good because a former AG said so.
I don't know what the hell Jeff Sessions, you know, I think I was the one that showed you that story, as a matter of fact. And I think the way that I prefaced that was, you know, dude, Jeff Sessions lost his goddamn mind. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with them? Like, look, these are excuses. These are just excuses that you would not tolerate from liberals about Bill Clinton. And they're just excuses from liberals that you wouldn't accept.
Exactly. And listening to people like Scotty Ann Hughes.
Oh God.
Sit there the other day sit there and go nuts on Ana Navarro for saying the P word, right? But then today, basically totally defending it and defending what Trump and everybody else are saying. It's like, wait, you're defending the speech that you were offended by the other day because your daughter would hear it. But the speech and what Trump said is okay because he's Trump. If you know, somebody on the left had said it, she'd be going nuts. And they're pulling off the same hypocrisy that the left has been doing for years and that we've been complaining about. It's totally ridiculous, these people. It boggles my mind watching this. I feel like I'm in like a bubble floating above watching two liberal parties argue with each other is how I feel.
I don't understand. I don't understand why we have to tolerate this crap. I don't understand. You know, I'm just so tired of this entire election. I'm just fed up with it. And I think after this election is concluded, I think when Trump is gone, and believe me, Trump is gonna be gone. Because, you know, he has about a 12% chance of winning now, and that's with a 4% margin of error.
Yeah, it's bad. I know he's well
He's done. Look, he's done. He's Bob Dole. He's done.
Yeah.
He's Bob Dole. He's done. Him and Pence are done. And look, the people who gave us this maniac, the people, you know, I don't understand this good company man bullcrap. And that's exactly what we're getting from the Republican Party for the last 6 to 8 months. Is just company man nonsense. You know, Reince is on, I don't even know how to say that damn guy's name. Stupid moron is on TV telling us, "Oh, well, we're not diverting funds away from Trump. Everything's fine. We're good. We're still backing him." I don't understand this at all. Period. Look, the guy's got to at some point he has to grow some balls. At some point, some of them have to grow some balls. Because this is a party which for the last 30 or 40 years is, sort of built itself up as the morally superior one. Now it's running a guy who, look, I mean, they hate Bill Clinton, but they went out and they got their own Bill Clinton this time. Now we got a guy who is the worst aspects of President Obama and President Clinton, absolute worst aspects of both of them, and we have it in one person now. And we have to defend this guy, and that's the real issue going on here. If he becomes president, he's not going to, but assuming he does, the party has to own this guy. And I don't see that happening. I don't know how it happens.
Well, no, that's exactly right. And I mean, and I get it now. I mean, when I talk to liberals, I mean, they say your boy Trump. Well, he's not my boy. And I mean, we're all going to get anybody that's not a liberal is they're going to try to pigeonhole us with Trump. Is exactly what they're going to try to do. And we got to figure out, a lot of people need to figure out how to distance themselves from this, which is what I've been trying to do for a year.
We should not have to be in this position, though. We shouldn't have to be in a position where we have to defend what we want to do for this maniac. I mean, I just don't understand that. I do not understand how the Christian right gave us this lunatic. And make no mistake, they did. Falwell and Graham and all these other lunatics, they gave us this guy. And the TV people like Hannity, this is just a wholly manufactured, a totally, completely manufactured candidate. They created the need for this guy. They created the desire. They created the want for him. I mean, look at when he announced his candidacy for president, he paid 130 people to come down to Trump Tower and stand and cheer for him. I mean, this is all complete manufactured. Everything about his candidacy has been manufactured.
Yeah, it's TV. It's TV production.
Yeah, and this is a, it's like a reality show, for Christ's sake. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't understand this at all. I don't understand why nobody said, look, this guy is a piece of crap. Because Donald Trump is a scumbag.
Yeah, plenty of us did, but the problem is nobody listened.
Why, though?
Anger? I don't know. I mean, there's an awful lot. I watched an awful lot of little news specials and stuff like that of just them interviewing people, and not 20-somethings. Interviewing 40 and 50-year-old people. Yeah, I never voted before, but this was the time because we've got Trump. Really? You've never voted before, and you're upset at where we are right now, so you're going to vote for Trump? That's why we're where we are. It's absolutely a bunch of people that watched him on The Apprentice that are like, yeah, he'd make a great leader.
Yeah, he'd make a great leader. I mean, the guy is a scumbag. I mean, he's just a total scumbag. I don't understand. You know, I don't understand. I understand the desire for this guy. I don't understand the need for him. I don't understand why. I just don't get it at all. Period.
No, I mean, and looking at his rallies and stuff, his rallies are like a WWE event. You know, I went to a couple of Marco Rubio rallies, and people were quiet and listened to him talk. And they were happy to be there, and they were happy at what he was saying, but you know, it wasn't a bunch of yelling and screaming and going crazy. It's nothing about him in any way has been presidential at all.
What mystifies me is locker room talk.
Hey, Rick said he didn't want to hear that anymore.
No, really, what's with the locker? Seriously, what the hell is with that? And you know, I would think that women would be more upset about this issue than men are. And the thing that I find most often is that the women are the ones making the damn excuses for him.
Well, but what I hear is
his female voters are the ones that...
This is how all men are. Well, no, it's not.
How many men do you know then?
Yeah, I mean, I would never say anything like that. I mean, I don't know. Guess I'm a prude. I don't know. But, you know, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I've never heard offensive stuff around guys, but two things. I've never heard anything quite like that. And I've never had anybody that I know say it with an open mic. I mean, you're on an Access Hollywood bus. Do you think there's not an open mic?
Well, maybe he doesn't know, but still, I mean, that's not the point. You know, what gets me is Scotty Hughes, Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne Conway, in this entire thing, Kellyanne Conway, I think, is the one that disappoints me the most. I think. She truly disappoints me. Because her business model is messaging to women voters. Polling, messaging to women voters. That's all she does. And for whatever reason, she decided to take this moron's invitation to be his campaign manager. And, you know, I don't understand. I don't understand what her goal is for her future now, because I don't know too many women who, I don't know anybody that would want to hear what Kellyanne Conway has to say now about messaging to women anymore. I mean,
no, and your point with not understanding her taking this route, you know, and then you kind of move down from there, like you mentioned, Scotty Hughes. You know, I can see her.
Who, by the way, is a moron. Is a total moron.
And then you keep moving down the list. You've got Ann Coulter. You've got AJ Delgado.
Man Coulter is an idiot. Yeah. So.
And AJ Delgado, who's probably a bigger idiot.
Yeah, I mean, he's really surrounded himself with some geniuses, and it's not just the women that he surrounds himself with either. By the way, they're all abject failures. You know, the men that he surrounds himself with are not too bright either.
Oh yeah, there's
attorney
a couple.
Michael Cohen.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ Almighty. That guy's got to be, that guy's got to be one of the dimmest people I've ever seen on TV. I mean, how they put him on TV is beyond me. You know, that lady, what was it, Erin Burnett or something? She said, or Brooke Baldwin. She says, yeah, you guys are down in all the polls. And he's like, says who? The polls, all of them.
Except for the LA Times weird poll that they like to use all the time.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, he probably pays for that. I mean, no, but look, it's so strange to me that he could say what effectively amounts to sexual assault. And he has all these women sitting around him going, yeah, this is no big deal. It's just dirty talk. Guys do that.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Hey, for a good time, call Scotty Hughes. She's apparently used to this kind of dirty talk.
Yeah.
Really odd. Really strange and weird.
Well,
and
that exchange today between her and Anna Navarro. I mean,
oh yeah,
she came at Anna and said, well, what were you doing 11 years ago? What were you doing? And Anna Navarro's like, I'm not running for president of the United States. And she was like, Scotty Hughes was along the lines of, well, why? What's there that you don't want people to know? And Anna was like, I just don't want people to know all my personal business. That's why I'm not running for office. I mean, that's what I was doing 11 years ago. I was being me, and I don't want everybody to know about what I was doing 11 years ago. But I'm not running for president of the United States. Yeah. That argument is stupid. I've had somebody say it to me, too. Oh, what, 11 years ago, 12 years ago, you never did anything wrong? Sure, I did. I never did that, and I never did anything on camera or on an open mic either.
That you know of.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I mean, this is just such a crap show. 538 now says that he has a 17% chance of winning. He's down from 21.
Yeah, well, actually, then he bumped about 0.6 with the new, because he was at like 16.4 this morning. So he finally got his bump. He got his post-debate bump. 0.6%.
Okay, so he's at a campaign rally today, and he's talking about Governor Pence, and Governor Pence chastising him in public, saying, I don't support, I don't defend what Governor Pence, what Donald did. And so Trump then says, yeah, well, I really liked Governor Pence's, the way he apologized or whatever. He criticized me. He actually came to me before he put that out to the media and asked me for permission to put that out there. I'm like, oh, okay. That's weird.
I was getting ready to, I hadn't had a chance to read it, but Kurt Eichwald put out a story about basically the Russian.
I hate Kurt Eichwald.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty good story though, and I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing, so I can't comment too far on it. But about some stuff that Trump put out there that really wasn't true, and the Russian media fed it to him in email form. So he's vetting his information really well.
Well, no, I hesitate to mention this, but you know that there is now apparently a story that there are some tapes from when he recorded The Apprentice where apparently he uses the N-word.
Yeah, that was all over the place this morning.
Yeah, supposedly that these tapes exist now. I've asked some people, and they say that the tapes are real. They say they've never heard them, but they say they know people who have real.
So, hang on,
I can't really.
Are you saying he says nacho, or different N-word?
Yes, nacho man. I want to be a nacho man.
Okay. Sorry to interject, fellas, but we got to take a really quick break. We're going to pay some bills. When we come back, I'll let these two continue, and I'm going to rest my voice some more.
Stay tuned. Things are going to get real interesting. You're listening to the Spark Radio Network.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of the short story through to the line edits of the full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your website, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $3 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
All right, folks, welcome back to this special edition of America Off the Rails. I, of course, am Rick Robinson, the host around here, but I'm not necessarily hosting tonight. Again, I have been diagnosed with strep throat. My throat's killing me. So I have my usual cohorts that have been hanging around with me a lot lately, taking the front for the show tonight. So I'm going to turn things back over to Mr. Dan Wright and Mr. Bill O'Keefe, and you guys take it away.
Donald Trump sucks. I don't understand why, if that was the arrangement that, that Trump, first off, if you're Mike Pence, if you're Mike Pence and you're running for president with Donald Trump, because that would be better for Mike Pence. If you're running for president of the United States and the dude you're running with says something incredibly ridiculous, incredibly sick, and just really tasteless. I mean, why would you go to him and say, is it okay if I criticize you for this? I don't know. Why not just put it out there? Just don't be as tough, but say, look, I think what he said is pretty screwed up, and, he did apologize for it, so it's up to you guys. I just don't understand why it was necessary for him, to broadcast that to Trump and ask him for his permission. Because that kind of makes me wonder what the role, what role he would actually play in a President Trump's America. What role would Mike Pence play? I mean, does he need Trump's permission to do everything? Does he need his permission to go to the bathroom? Does he need his permission to watch TV? Have sex with his wife? I mean, where does it end? So that's all I was wondering about that. I think that's a little weird.
Yeah, I think the whole thing, I think at first, I was like, well, I guess they're taking, they want Pence so that he can, he's got the experience, running a state and everything else, and he'd be basically almost running things. But now I just don't see it. I think Trump's the kind of guy that's going to give up any kind of power. Might take some advisement from him, but I think Pence he's just there to be a yes man, like everybody else. I mean, everybody else involved is a yes man. And it's, I think Pence thrown his career away. I don't think you'll see him anymore.
Well, I mean, but that's what it is, right? Like, most of these people are disposable careers anyway, because Pence was, I think, if you look at the polling and you look at, his opinion, his favorability in Indiana, I think Governor Pence was, I think Governor Pence was on his way out. I don't think he was going to be reelected anyway, so I think this was just a convenient way for him to say, YOLO, and then just kind of drop without getting beaten.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Kellyanne
that's a good
Conway's in her
possibility.
50s. Kellyanne Conway's approaching 50. How much longer is she going to work? 10, 12 years maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if that, I mean,
a lot of these people
she
has
money anyway. It's not like she needs to work.
Yeah, and Bannon, God only knows Bannon. This will just elevate him among his neo-Nazi scumbag fans.
Well, he'll be involved in running Trump TV.
Huh.
I mean, I really, honestly, I think a lot of this for Trump was, it's just all vanity. I mean, he didn't want it from the beginning, but once he got stuck in the position of realizing, holy crap, I'm going to be the nominee. They started taking it seriously, but do we want a guy?
I'm not sure he ever took it seriously.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole. He doesn't, with the way he acts, the things he does, and the way he comes across. I don't understand how anybody takes him seriously. I don't. I don't get it. I mean, maybe we're the weird ones that don't understand it.
No,
because
I don't
he seems
think we
to.
are.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think that's the case at all.
I can't. That's my problem when I watch this, especially, I mean, I understand the people that are voting for him because, I'm a Republican, I'm going to vote for the nominee. Okay, cool, man. Vote for the nominee. But these people that are just, even now, they're like he can do no wrong. I don't understand the mindset. I've never been like that with anybody. I mean, I was a really big Ronald Reagan fan, but I didn't love everything he did. There were things, every president that I've liked, there's been things they've done that I disagree with. Everything he does, they find a way to say, oh yeah, that's great. It's a great idea.
They find a way to contort their worldview to match what he says.
Exactly. And
that's the beginning of a cult. That's really the beginnings of a cult. And I have kind of a thing that I really enjoy putting out on Twitter periodically, and that's what I call the stages of Trumperism. And
yes,
I've
been reading those.
and it's sort of based in reality on a book called Thought Reform and the Psychology of Totalism in China. And there's a psychologist that wrote the book. His name is Robert J. Lifton. And he outlines 7 criteria for a thought reform cult to take root in someone's mind. And that's sort of what I am kind of talking about when I talk about the stages of Trumperism. And not everybody exhibits all of the stages of it, but they do generally pass through one at a time, one into the other. And the stages that I've noticed is people will begin to sort of defend him, and they'll do it in a way wherein they will generally start the conversation by saying, I don't like Donald Trump, but, and then they'll go into this glowing adoration of him, and then they'll back off and they'll go, and, just so you know, I really don't like him. But I just spent 5 minutes filleting him verbally. And then the other stage is
what I call binary thinking. It's not what I call it. It's a thing. Binary thinking is when everything is shades of black and white. There's no Evan McMullen in the middle. And Trump people gradually escalate into binary thinking, where if you don't vote for him, then you're voting for Hillary, and you're just a traitor and a cuck and, a Jew or something. And the third step in it is excuse making. And excuse making is different than adoration. And excuse making is they will find, like you were just saying, they will find things that he says and they will take them and they will contort their worldview, their personal view, and their principles and whatever, and they will contort everything that they are in order to match what he just said. And this is a daily process because he says a lot of crazy stuff. And this is something that happens on a daily basis. He will say something, Bill Mitchell is my favorite. Bill Mitchell is my favorite parody account on Twitter. I swear to you, it has to be. He blocked me because in October of last year, Bill Mitchell said that that Obama's plan to provide mandatory maternity leave to people was philosophically unacceptable, and it would just be too damn expensive, and who's going to pay for it? And then 8 months later, Trump says he's going to do the same thing, and Bill Mitchell is like, wow, this is great. It's going to make life so much less expensive for, employers.
Right. He said it was brilliant.
Yeah.
He actually said it was brilliant.
Yeah. So, when I notice that I personally believe that a lot of aspects of Donald Trump fandom sort of meet the criteria to be considered, sort of cult thinking. Because, look, if you like Donald Trump, why would you hide it from somebody? Why would you hide it? And I mean, I go through this every day on Twitter and people I talk to in real life. They do this all the time. The first stage of becoming a Trumpkin is always defending him covertly. They will defend him, but they'll preface it by saying, I don't like him because he's a jerk. But they'll go into a 5-minute spiel about how he's this great, towering figure that just looms over Hillary at debates, and he's this really strong leader, and he's an intelligent man, and blah, blah. I mean, it just never ends.
And he's a fantastic businessman.
Yeah, he's a fantastic businessman, wonderful family.
They use that in two ways. He's a fantastic businessman. They also use, but he's just a businessman. He's not a politician. Well, you don't excuse bad behavior because he's just a businessman. I don't want bad behavior at all. I mean, but you're right. The excuse making is insane. I mean, I've had,
and there's not a set number of these steps, and there's not a set order in which they occur. But everyone who eventually becomes a Trump fan, they all meet these things. And it's us versus them, excuse making, binary thinking, apologetics, and distortion of worldview. I mean, these are the 6 criteria, I would say, that everybody who becomes a Trump fan now meets. And it's frightening. And yes, there are people that just believe in him because, whatever. They're just going to vote for him because he's the scumbag that happens to be a Republican.
Because he's not Hillary. But
there are those people that cross that line into what I call Trumperism, and those are the people that they just have a blind adoration towards him, and it's really kind of frightening.
Well, and it started almost immediately.
Really early on.
All through the primaries, the whole, Rubio and Purina and, I understood a little bit with Jeb, but, they're not conservative. He's the conservative and Rubio's in the Gang of Eight and, always bringing up the Gang of Eight and everything else. Well, then it comes down to he's the nominee and he comes out with his immigration plan and it's essentially the Gang of Eight. It's Rubio's. If you read Rubio's immigration plan, it's almost word for word Trump's immigration plan that he came out with a month and a half ago. They're almost identical. But Rubio,
there's no E-Verify.
Right. I mean, it's like, but then you say that to somebody and they go, no, it isn't. And then you go and you pull them both and you send them to them. You post them to them. Here, read these.
And they can't think with it. They just avoid it.
Right. Yeah.
And then that's when the insults start. Well, you're a Jew. You're a slope. You're this. You're that. That's when that starts.
Yep. Yeah. Or just I had a guy the other day. He said something to me. I don't remember exactly what he said. And I basically said, "Oh, what are you going to do?" He goes, "Well, just remember, we have more guns than you." Really?
Actually, you don't.
Yeah. Actually, I need to buy a second gun safe if I buy another gun, to be honest with you. But that's still, it's like.
Same here.
If that's your argument, if that's your intellectual argument to me, then I'm just going to laugh at you. And from there, everything goes downhill and then I'm blocked. It's like, okay, well, that was great. I feel like I'm arguing with a right-wing Unite Blue guy from 2012.
Yeah. And, the thing about Trump is, I notice anyway, is there's always what I call these messages of the day. And you'll see them in the emails that he sends, that the campaign sends out, or you'll hear them from him verbally on TV or at a rally or just some damn thing. But last night, I noticed something very interesting, and I think I took some screenshots of it in TweetDeck. If you actually put last night, after the debate, if you actually put in Trump and the word lion and searched it on Twitter, I can't even tell you how many results you would have found last night.
Yeah, we heard it last night too.
No, I know. And it's a thing and see, I thought I thought it was very striking that people chose to use that word because, that's, by the way, that's not accidental. I have to tell you that's not accidental. Osama bin Laden was described as a lion. Dzhokhar Tsarnaev was described as a lion. It's not a coincidence. I'm not saying that there's a terrorism connection. I'm saying that there is a militant strongman connection to it. And it's something that's used predominantly in warlord kind of people. And if you just went and looked it up last night, it was so odd because I don't know where I couldn't I couldn't figure out where it originated because I was really drunk and kind of hung over last night. But I wish I had done that, because it was so strange, because it came out of nowhere and it was everywhere. I must have found 400 or 500 tweets, like maybe in the first 40 minutes after the debate last night, referring to him as a lion. He's a lion ready to pounce on Hillary. He's a lion on the prowl. All this like weird animal metaphorical speaking.
He's a lion circling her and stalking her.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of that weird imagery, and it's not any one person. It's not any one group of, well, it is, it's his fans, but, it doesn't seem to have, I don't know where that came from, because I saw it several times on Twitter last night, and I just thought that was so odd, because, it just seemed like they were all saying the same thing. And that's something that you'll see kind of frequently with Trump people. And I see this, I used to observe this a lot with Obama bots. Not as much now, but, from 2009-ish to about 2013, it was pretty common to see this type of behavior with Obama people as well, where the White House would say something, or progressives today or OFA would say something, and then it would just sort of filter down to everybody else, and they would just all kind of repeat the talking point. And that's where we're kind of at with Trump people now, although I think it's easier because they have a very cult-like, way of thinking and operating and being, herded by him. But, if you do have an opportunity before this election is over, do go on TweetDeck and look at some of the complimentary things his larger fans say about him. Bill Mitchell, Delgado, Hughes, all those people. Look at the things that they say after rallies or after some kind of a big event with him. And you'll see it. It filters down, and they all use the same complimentary language. And in some cases, they just outright copy each other. It's really odd. A lot of plagiarism, too. I guess they can't all fillet them with their own words. They have to use somebody else's.
Yeah, that, or like in the case of Mitchell, make really, really, really almost homoerotic memes and put them out there, where Trump
sort
is
of like Alex Jones and his memes.
Trump with his like Thor, and he's got long hair that's blowing in the wind.
God Emperor Trump.
Yeah, it's like, oh my Lord. I went at him so hard over those, and he just, I don't know, he probably has me muted. He's never blocked me. He's responded to me 2 or 3 times in the last 8 months.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never gotten him to respond to me.
Yeah. He's, I'm a moron. So,
Oh, well, I have called into his show before.
Yeah, I should do that.
I have done that. And I've never been able to get through to him, though. Metaphorically or realistically.
Kind of like Hannity.
Yeah, Hannity, I think, is gonna go away. He has, a contract with Fox News, which I believe expires in November. And I'm not sure about the precise date of the contract expiration, but I would assume that since it's in November, I would assume it's probably close to the election year, or to the election day. So.
Yeah, I don't think that contract, I mean, he may want to leave. I don't know, but I don't see Fox renewing it. he's gotten himself into some hot water at Fox a couple times the last couple months. He's been reprimanded.
Hannity has a national TV show where he has the opportunity to reach millions and millions of Americans every night. And for however you feel about it, he has a large sounding board. He has a large megaphone. And rather than take that opportunity to do something not necessarily gracious, but to take that opportunity to educate people or to try maybe to turn them to his way of thinking, he's decided to just say, F that, I'm just going to call these people names.
Yeah.
Now, is there anybody listening to this or anybody who's talking right now who actually believes that he knows martial arts? Come on, really? I know 50-year-old women who could kick his,
Yeah.
Come on. Does anybody really believe that he knows martial arts? Come on.
No,
he went into the 10 brown belts and come on.
He went into the gym and did a couple fluff pieces with Chuck Liddell, and now he knows everything.
He's insane. He can't even throw a goddamn football. Now he's a martial artist.
Rich Lowry, or Donald Goldberg, or Brett Stevens from the Wall Street Journal, or the NRO goes, and I'm not saying anything, I'm not advancing this today. I've got a lot on my plate tonight. But what I'm saying, they've all taken shots at me first, and I'm a counterpuncher. I punch back. Now working towards my black belt. I'm very close. I got probably a couple of years. I finally got my brown belt. I'm moving up in degrees, and I kind of treat my business the same way. If you hit me or if you come at me, I'm going to really hurt you and defend myself. And I don't mean hurt in the physical. So this is verbal combat fun warfare.